Next question is from Battleborn Braxis. Yeah, baby. When and what made you decide to start uploading gaming videos instead of just music? Reason for that is because, as I said before, I was doing a lot of music videos. I was getting into making music videos, something you can find on my channel. Actually, a lot of videos that I've done, whether they're nightclub videos or music videos or sort of mini interviews and things like that, you'll be able to find them in a directed by Diligent Fingers playlist that I've got on my channel. You can have a look through. But I was doing stuff with my other channel called Bloc2Bloc Entertainment for about 2 to 3 years, filming clubs, filming freestyle videos, filming music videos, and editing trailers, you know, getting into graphic design and stuff like that. After 3 years of me and Jack Banner both building up this sort of idea that we had, what happened was we started to bring in more people. We wanted to get more young people involved in what we were doing, so we started to bring in some young teenagers and stuff like that and let them go out and start filming. One of them lost one of the cameras that we were using, and it was the camera that I used for filmmaking. It had a really expensive lens. It was great for clubs because it was great in low light. We could get some amazing footage in low light with that lens, and it was the same one that I was so used to for using for everything else that I was doing as well. So for him to lose that, it sort of punched us in the gut and slowed things down. But because that happened, you know, for a long time, I didn't have anything to edit. I didn't have anything to do, and I was so used to just being able to just go out and film what I wanted when I wanted, to just like be having to depend on other people. And I've always been the self-sufficient type of person. So, you know, as I got more into gaming, long story short, I got to the point where I was like, no, I need to be creative in some way. I'm not making music because I'm not happy, and I don't really want my music to reflect, do you know what I mean, how I'm feeling at this point in time. I was feeling so much negative energy around me, and as well as within myself. I didn't want to put any more of that out into the world, so I wasn't making that much music, but I was playing a lot of games. I was escaping through games in a sense. When I started realizing you could record what you could do and save it for yourself and maybe put it up on YouTube, and I started seeing what people were doing with the gameplay footage that they were doing and recognizing editing tricks and stuff like that, I thought, right, that's one way I can hone my skills. I can still practice, you know, creating content, you know, and that's an easy way for me to get my own content. Even though it's a game, it's still my own content, and I don't have to rely on anybody else for that content. So, you know, that I think that's why I started doing gaming videos, because primarily it was a way for me to hone my skills and still practice editing. Hopefully when I do get another camera, you know, later down the line, I can get back into the filmmaking side of things. But for now, like, editing gaming videos is a great way to practice what I want to do and what I want to try and create in the future. So yeah, great question. Thank you, Braxis matey. Next question is from Andrew Nerd Rage Gaming. Thank you very much for your question, homeboys. This question is, how do I make being a baller look so easy? I'll tell you, Andrew. I'll tell you how I make it look so easy. You know how? Because it is. Because you're a baller as well, sir. You are a baller as well. You just got to believe you're a baller. You know why I believe I'm a baller? Because I am doing something that I love, and I am creating something. Whether it reaches people, whether people understand it or not, it does not matter. I'm doing something that I really, really enjoy, and other people seem to enjoy it as well. And that's why I feel like I can ball a little bit, you know? Baller doesn't necessarily mean how much money you've got in your pocket, what car you drive, what trainers you're wearing, what clothes you're wearing, what brands you're showing off, you know, how good you look or whatever. Whether you go to the gym, this, that or the other. Being a baller is just all about confidence. That's all it is, my good sir. That's all it is. And if you are confident in most of the things that you can do, because I know there are times where your confidence can be knocked by things that happen in life, by things that, you know, like by plans going wrong or by things that people say to you, you know. But if you can brush those things off and still get back on that train, that wagon, and crack the fuck on, mate, you're a baller. You are a baller. So yeah, I'm balling in what I'm doing. I'm making it look so easy because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in what I'm doing. Whether other people believe in it or not, that's up to them. But I believe in it. So as long as you believe in what you're doing, you've got your goal set, you got your path laid out for you, and you're sticking to that plan, you're a baller. And that goes for everybody. You're motherfucking ballers, just like me. There's the answer to your question. Nice one for sending that in as well, mate. Nice one. Okay, next question is a triple question from Lord Mank. Lord Manx. Sorry, I have to get that in every time I hear that name or see that name. I think of that intro. But yeah, Lord Manx's questions are top 5 horror films. So I'll do them one by one because there's 3. Top 5 horror films. I had to think about this one long and hard, because really and truly, I'm not that into horror films. I've not really watched that many. But the ones that I can think of are the ones that fucked me up as a kid and a little bit into adult life. So first one, It. Doesn't mean that I've got a problem with clowns, but that clown fucked with me hard. I watched that as a teenager on BBC 2. It was on in 3 parts. It was the most intriguing film I had ever seen in my entire life that nobody had recommended to me. I just stumbled upon it one time when I first got a TV in my bedroom as a little youth, as a little youngster. Do you know what I mean? And that film fucked me up. It also started my path into the arachnophobia realm. That clown fucked me up. You know the scene that fucked me up the most in that film, yeah? And it's the scene that sticks so fucking fresh in my head, it is untrue, right? There's my man, yeah, the 4 boys who find this photo album, looking through the photo album, you know, just little peruse. Then the pages start flipping over by themselves. Stops on one picture. Picture starts moving. Everyone's walking and shit. The clown, Pennywise, yeah, starts running through the street in the picture and then comes up and climbs on this fucking lamppost that's right at the front of the picture. Stops, looks at all of the boys and goes, that shit haunted me. For the rest of my that's I can't believe I can remember that scene so fucking vividly.
I'll drive you crazy. I'll kill you all.
That film fucked me up. Next film, Nightmare on Elm Street. Again, fucked up films, man. I was having fucking nightmares about Freddy Krueger trying to kill me in my fucking dreams and shit. Like, cool. As you're a kid, when you're a kid, you're gonna see things that you're not supposed to see. You're gonna watch films that you're not supposed to be fucking watching, yeah. But no kid should be watching a Freddy Krueger film at like between 10 and 12 years old. It's just like, that's madness. So many scenes in those films that I could fucking... And if you don't know about Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street, find out about those films. Find them, watch them. There'll be loads of places you can get them from. They're probably on Netflix and stuff like that as well. So find them, watch them. Fucking scary shit. Predator. Now I know what you're thinking. Predator is a G film. Yes, it is. It is one of my favourite films of all time. But for there was a period after the first couple of times that I'd watched it, yeah, where I'd be asleep in my room, in my bed. I'd wake up, all the lights are off, yeah, and I'd look in the corner of the room where there's no light, it's complete darkness, and I swear to you, that I would see the Predator's eyes just light up man, like as if he's in the fucking corner. It just scared the shit out of me. And for the same reason, that's why Alien and the Aliens is on there as well, because it's the same sort of shit. Whenever it's dark, I'd fucking, I know it's not real and I know it's not there, but I'd seriously feel like they're fucking there, like they're there in the shadows waiting to jump out and fucking either chop my head off or fucking bite my head off. One or the two. But in terms of horror films, I know the last two aren't really horror films, but they did fuck me up. They did scare the shit out of me and shit. Okay, next part of the question. Favorite controller? I've got to say it's the Super Nintendo controller. Like, it has to be the Super Nintendo controller. It's probably, you wouldn't think so going off my top 10 like video that I put out and stuff, but in terms of what I have fond memories of, what I just like felt like was the best feeling controller, like I never had problems with it. I'd never look down on the controller and think what the fuck is going on. Do you know what I mean? I would put the Xbox One controller in the same category as that, because I really do like the Xbox One controller. The PlayStation controllers would be, you know, a close second, you know, third. Definitely a third, but a close second as well. Do you know what I mean? With the controllers. But I have to say the Super Nintendo controller was my favourite one. And last question, last part of the question, worst game ever played. I don't honestly think I could say what the worst game I've ever played is. Like, I can't really remember ever playing any games where I thought this game is complete and utter shite. Really, well, tell a lie. In terms of any game that I've been really disappointed with, that I was hyped for, I would say it would be Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, I'll put it that way then. The game that I've been most disappointed with, where I've played it and I've finished it and I thought, you know, that really wasn't, because there's still aspects of the game that I really enjoyed. Like there was like a bit of a space gunfight in the game and stuff like that. So there was definitely aspects that were new that I'd never experienced before. But in terms of a whole package compared to, say, Modern Warfare 3 and like games like that, yeah, it was disappointing to have that next chapter not live up to the hype of the previous one. But sometimes that can be expected. But I'd say that's the game where that has stood out to me the most out of all the games that I've played so far. So nice one, Lord Mank, for those questions. That triple question there. Oh, I'm gonna have to make another one soon. It's getting cold. Right, next question comes in from Lexi B, a new YouTuber that I've come across and really enjoy her content. She comes at it from a completely different angle. So as I said with everybody else, their links are gonna be left in the description, so check these people out. But her questions are: what is something you do every day that not everyone does? And also, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years, ideally and realistically, or are they both the same? So in terms of the first part of the question, what is something that I do every day that not everyone does? I don't think it's something that not everybody does, but what I try to do, which I've done in every aspect of like creativity that I've tried to get into, is not focus on the numbers in terms of the business side of things. It's something that sort of put me off the drum and bass sort of scene a little bit, because things went away from the idea, like praise went away from the idea and more on the technical side of things, which again there's not a problem with, but a lot of ideas end up just getting swept under the rug as a result. A lot of talent ends up getting missed as a result of that, really. You know, so what I try and do is just focus on the idea, let the idea speak for itself. It may be rough around the edges, it may be, you know, a bit choppy here and there, but at least the fact that I've tried, if people can appreciate the idea that I'm trying to put across, then, you know, I'm happy with that. But then again, I don't feel that like I'm alone in feeling that way or doing things that kind of way, you know. But I feel like sometimes you can get a bit too hung up on, you know, trying to match the standards of everybody else, and a lot of the time when it's just set on a set standard, the idea does get sort of tossed to the side, because you see as you can see in modern society, there's a lot of replicas out there. Like if you look in music, there's a lot of copycat girl and boy bands, like acts, indie bands, like rock bands and things like that. There's a lot of copy and paste going on. So, you know, you can say that that's trying to be original as well. Like originality is what I try and do, but that can also be hard as well. To try and put across, especially when trying to do gaming stuff. You know, there's so many people trying to do so many of the same things that everybody else is trying to do, but as long as your idea, like my idea, comes through as to the best of my ability, then, you know, I can say, in my opinion, not a lot of people do that. In terms of where do I see myself in 5 to 10 years, ideally and realistically, and are they both the same? It took me a while to like figure out the answer to that question, and I would say that they are both the same. In 5 to 10 years, I would like to be in a position where what I'm doing now is more than a hobby. Whether it's a career or not, that remains to be seen. But what I mean by more than a hobby is it's something that I can be respected for. It's something that people can look at and say, I can see the progression, I can see what he's trying to do, I can appreciate the techniques, you know, the editing that's behind it. I can appreciate the message that he's trying to put through, if there is a message that I'm trying to put through, or whether I'm just having fun. You know, if I can get to a point where people just appreciate what I'm doing for what it is, then I'm completely happy with that. Whether, again, in terms of numbers, in terms of subscribers or anything like that, I don't want to put a set goal on there, because I can't put a set goal on there, because I find it hard to set a goal because so many things can happen. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm with that in mind. I just want to enjoy what I'm doing, rather than force it to be something that's going to get me out of somewhere. So yeah, like in 5 to 10 years, if I'm still doing what I'm doing and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, I don't see it as a chore, I don't see it as more work than, you know, enjoyment, than having fun, then yeah, I'll be completely happy with that, you know. And if I've got a little audience or a big audience as a result, you know, that's a bonus as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, I feel like that is it realistically and ideally as well, because I can't set a number. Of course I would love to have thousands and millions of subscribers. Anyone would love to have that. Of course I would love it to be, you know, what's paying my rent and this, that and the other. But I can't honestly say that that's the goal that I have in mind at the moment. Maybe further down the line, if I do get to a point where I can say, oh, maybe I can turn this into a career or whatever, then things may change. My outlook on that may change. But as it stands at the moment, and as it stands for the next, say, 5 to 10 years, I realistically feel it's just going to be something that I just want to enjoy, and I hope other people enjoy, you know. So yeah, thank you for that question. Again, it really had to made me really think about what the answer was and what I actually want from this, you know, and it reminded me, you know, why I'm doing what I'm doing. So thank you very much for that question, Lexi B. Thank you very much. Directionally challenged. I know you put in a question before and I answered the second half of this question, but I'll answer the first part of this question. What got you into music? What got me into music? I had no choice. I would say I love music. It is my lifeblood. It is what drives me, in a sense, whether I'm making it or not, when I'm just listening to it or I'm creating it. I love music, but I don't feel as if I had a choice on whether it was going to be a creative path for me or not. My mum used to be on the radio. My stepdad used to be part of like reggae sound systems and stuff like that. You know, I really got into like African drums and just instruments as a kid. As far back as I can remember. I remember doing the show that ended up being aired on BBC Two at the Royal Northern College of Music when I was like 9 years old, and that was just being part of an African drumming class when I was a kid that my mum put me forward for. You know, as my siblings got older, I've got 2 younger brothers and 2 younger sisters. But both my younger brothers got really into grime music and making and producing grime and writing lyrics. Both my sisters can sing. We all used to sing in our church choir and things like that. I used to play instruments in the choir band, like the tambourine and a little bit of the drums and percussion. You know, there was a lot of things. My mum's playing music all day, every day. Reggae. Even when I went into foster care, my foster mum used to play music all day, every day. Motown, you know, soul and R&B, and, you know, things like that. A little bit of disco and stuff. Like, I've always been engulfed in music. You know, coming from a musical family, all of my uncles, aunties, cousins are involved in music. Some of my friends when I was a kid ended up being involved in music. As they got older, like my first girlfriend ever that I can remember from primary school, so this is when I'm like 6 years old, 5-6 years old, you know, was a girl called Cleo, who later grew up to be the lead singer in a girl band called Cleopatra. We were close friends as kids. They only lived up the street from me, so there's so many musical influences and connections within my family that I feel like I had no choice whatsoever. But because of that, I grew to have a deep love for music, for sound in general, and all types of music, classical music, electronic music, you know, bands and, you know, producing, all that kind of stuff. I have a deep love for all that kind of stuff, really. So yeah, unfortunately I had no choice. Directionally challenged. But thank you very much for your questions, my friend. Thank you very, very much. Carrying on with the music theme, next question is from Get Faded Gaming. Who is your favorite rapper? I knew someone was going to ask me this question, and I dreaded it so much because I had to really think about it, because I love so many musicians and I love so many rappers that are out there, from all angles, all aspects of hip-hop. But I would say it all comes down to, who do I always come back to? And over the years, you know, there's been a lot of rappers like Tupac, like Busta Rhymes, like Rakim, Gangsta, but the one person that I always seem to go back to, who sort of makes me feel better about what I'm doing and reaffirms, you know, why I'm doing what I'm doing, is a rapper called A$AP Rock. In terms of what I want to do musically and with hip hop, he represents like that aspect of just being completely himself, owning how different and how out of the ordinary he is as a rapper, as a storyteller, as a lyricist, as a wordsmith.
All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. Life's not a bitch. Life is a beautiful woman. You only call her a bitch cause she won't let you get that pussy. Maybe she didn't feel y'all shared any similar interests. Or maybe you're just an asshole who couldn't sweet talk the princess.
I would say he is my favorite rapper. I can always go back to any of his albums and he will make me think about what I'm doing through having to think about what he's trying to do. I've always appreciated people that make you have to re-listen to the song over and over again to fully understand what they're trying to achieve with that piece of music. And that's whether it's rap, hip-hop, soul, pop, rock, electronic music. If I can make someone have to listen to a piece of music again and again to fully understand what it is that I'm trying to do, then I'm happy. Not in the sense where it's got to be super difficult to understand, it's got to be super clever and super complex, but you know, for it to be intriguing enough for you to want to do that. That's what I want to achieve. I want what I'm doing to be relatable, but I also want it to be different to what everybody else is doing, you know. And that's why I hold him in such high regard as an MC. Nice one, mate. Cheers for that, mate. And that is the last question. So thank you very, very much for all of those questions. Once again, like I said before, everybody who sent in a question, I will be leaving a link to their YouTube channel or their page, you know, for whatever creative outlet that it is that they're doing. I want you to check them out, show them some love. If you like what they're doing, subscribe to their channels, like their pages, you know, follow them on whatever social medias that they're on, and show them some support, because they have shown me massive amounts of support in what I'm trying to do here. So really apologize if it's a long-winded one, but as a special little bonus, what I'm going to do is I'm still going to do the live performance for you. So once again, thank you to everybody who has been showing their support again within the YouTube community and outside of the YouTube community. We're at 200 subs. You know, I'm probably not going to do another special or anything like that until we reach 500 subs. I'm not saying that's the next goal, but I feel like that'll be the next significant milestone for me to really show the growth of, you know, from this position up until that position. So whenever it is we do reach 500, that remains to be seen. But until that point, you know, thank you to everybody who is showing their support and continues to show their support. Thank you very much for watching and sticking with me. I hope you have an amazing day. Take it easy, stay tuned for the live performance, and blessings to you all. $200 subscribers. It's crazy. However you choose to support me, wherever you come from, if you supported me, sincerely, thank you. Friday night, sideways stepping, payday flex, fully money repping. Yeah, the new kicks know the fittings always stay fresh. A few sips got me feeling like it's all blessed, no stress. If only for one night, I've worked through a long week, so Friday it's on, right? I'm flossing it up for all the people never giving a fuck. We put the work in, now we're living it up. Ill Bill is back in the cup. I shut it down when I come through, knocking bare shots back, and I ain't talking kung fu. Lemon haze, I'm on that, dancing like the dons do. VIP status, tell the man they've come through. No limits, it's a celebration. No gimmicks, this is preservation. The morning brings the light, and so the verse begins. The heart brings the beat, and the birds start to sing. Wipe the sleep from my eye, see the world in colour. The body speaks delay, but the mind seeks another. I'm dressed fresh to death, less stress is less. Endured all duress and flawed all the tests. It's gorgeous, set the glory, Lord. Check the storyboard, quest was gory, still steps are flawless. I was born flawed, I killed the scoreboard, but still the fawn torn, the silk was called for, the skill will flow for, it's still in pure form, ill the southpaw, the raw, I'm awesome, soaked in self-belief, raised on broken streets, blazing potent green buds of rawness, small but still I reach heights she can't reach, I preach the scorn speech to teach the thoughtless, that you're worth more than gold, time takes its toll, but the world's yours to hold, so take it. Shake the stranglehold, make each step as bold as the last, you know you can make it. You're worth more than gold, time takes its toll, but the world's yours to hold, so take it. Shake the stranglehold, make each step as bold as the last. Listen, I put love over money and faith in my art, cause love is never funny when it's breaking your heart. 2 points, I never place them apart, and thanks to my mother I was graced from the start. See, the teachings were harsh, but I passed with a first, cause they knew I was different when I laughed at the curse. Clash with the worst, so I move with the best of them, at war with the word still. Know that I'm blessed with them, the cost of my worth I can't pay the price. The devil on my shoulder, always asking me twice. See, I failed on the first, too young at the time. Being burnt by the fire made me glad for advice, so don't act so surprised. I'm just one of those, see me as a newcomer, but I par with the pros. Star with the flows, pen a universe with ease, bullet planets with the bars, bringing Saturn to its knees. Believe it's too easy. I've been ahead of my time for a lifetime, so no need to watch mine. From pure evil came something beautiful, a man with a gift full of potential. I'ma use it all. I felt the wrath of some sinister, malicious minds. They broke me down, but I got myself back up in time. Age on my side, I've weathered plenty of storms. I've been fighting since the day I was born, and that's why I'm still standing. Court judge demanding respect. Believe I've earned it. While you rappers waste time being built by design, you can find me in the lab still working. Yeah, I put my life in my rhymes, it's my blood on the lines, and in time I know it all will be worth it. You can see the passion in my eyes, travel deep in my mind, and realise you've only scratching the surface. Still, you're worth more than gold. Time takes its toll, but the world's yours to hold, so take it. Shake the stranglehold, make each step as bold as the last. You know you can make it, yeah? You're worth more than gold. Time takes its toll, but the world's yours to hold, so take it. Shake the stranglehold, make each step as bold as the last. You know you can make it, yeah? All can make it. I know I can, as long as I've got the support of you lot. So once again,